You can put the first slide. You got the clicker.
Time's up.
You got the clip.
This one.
Anybody want a set of keys?
Bought a new franchise to the Bommarito Automotive Group, so now we have Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep. So I'm in Manchester, right by Clarkston, and Manchester there, just east of that, just a little bit. So that's kind of cool for the group. So I think that'll be pretty cool. We had 20 franchises, now we have 23. So pretty much the only things we don't have is Kia and Hyundai. Those are the two we really don't have, but just about an Acura and Lexus. Other than that, though, we got it all. Yeah. So it's good stuff. So today, one of the things I wanted to do. Whoops. Oops. Let me see. There was another picture in there. There it is. So Frank was our founder, and he passed away a couple years ago, and John, his son, is running the company now. So just a little family pick of what's going on. But today what I wanted to do is I wanted to take my time and say, you guys know what I do, you know what's going on, you know, I'm in the car business. But the Jer Bear's retiring, and I'll tell you, he's had such a huge impact on me and our business and the community and the region that I wanted to kind of take this time to honor the Jer Bear. So Jer, bring your chair up here. And him see here. I wore this shirt today.
You did not bring strippers in here.
I wore Nice. Respect. Jerry's been a blessing. Loved working with him and what we've done. And I got a lot of respect for this guy because he's just had such a huge impact on us in the community. I was the chairman of the chamber in our area, and then I got Jerry to do it the next year, and he goes, dude, the only way I'm doing this is if you sign this napkin and agree that you will not abandon me. Because he goes, we had 675 businesses. Colin, you know what this is like with this group of, right? You can imagine 675 of these guys, right? It was crazy. But Jerry led them, we had record attendance and record revenues and just did an amazing job. He's probably, and this is no exaggeration, I bet you I've had over 100 people buy cars just because of this cat right here. And, you know, it's rare. We all look for referrals and you want that golden goose of somebody that's going to help you, but he ended up being my best friend too. So it's a blessing in business when you can have that, right? So I wanted to take a few minutes and go around the room. And if you had something that Jerry's impacted you at some way through the BNI or through business or through life or something that's happened, that we could all take a couple minutes and say that to honor Jerry. So, all right, Chuck.
Yeah, for me, when I toured your facility over there and saw the love that you had for every single person and the response that they, in their eyes, that they loved and appreciate you, that was so impactful. That was one of the first things when I met you. You invited me over there, I went for a tour, and it was very impactful.
Well, after you left, they all beat me up and I got freckles all over the place. Okay. Thank you.
Jerry, love you, love your wife, love your kids, love your grandkids. You're the foundation of a beautiful family.
For me, mine's very similar. I reached out to Jerry early on when joining and took my kids for a tour. And my kids still refer to it and talk about it. It clearly impacted their lives for the good. And then obviously Jerry, being the great tour guide he was, interacting and being social with my awkward teenagers at that point. And so...
So Ashley brought me into the group, but you welcomed me into the group because you were the door greeter that time. And that's when he shook my hand for the first time and called me Kyle Smile. So I felt warm and welcomed day number one because of you. So thank you very much.
Nobody wants to ever forget you. You smile every time you
Kylie smiling.
I might have to piggyback the tour that I took, like in a big warehouse. You'd think like, okay, you just have so many people, but you knew each person as you introduced me and what they were doing. You knew their project, you knew about their family, you knew that they had a dog. You kind of introduced each person in depth, and I think that just takes a very just gentle and overwhelming guy with a big heart to be able to do that. So it was such a cool experience. And then, you know, you've worked with me on helping some of my clients, letting things go and finding purpose. And when I've mentioned you and just kind of the segue of what you do and whose hands it goes into, you've made that a wonderful transition. So thank you for being a part of my life.
And Ashley, isn't it so true? You know, the first time I went and did a tour that they do, and all the people that are doing it, I wasn't the same cat. I go, these are people we want to help. You know, he's funny on occasion, so, you know, to be able to hear his material, see how he functions, but the impact they're having in our region, like, you would never know all the things they're doing, and it's amazing. It really is true. How many people have not been on a tour of Jerry's place that are in there? I encourage you to get over and see it, right, Ash? It's really just, it really is an amazing place. Okay.
Yeah, I think what always stands out to me, other than just the amazing greeting that you always give for BNI, is just how much of a gracious, humble man you are. As just an example of someone who's been working in business and a really successful business and nonprofit, as long as you're just an extremely humble and gracious man, and I really appreciate that as an example for me starting out in business, and that's been really great to see as part of this process.
Thank you, King James.
King James version.
Jerry, I haven't known you all that long, but you have this wonderful sense of humor, which we've all seen. You love on people exponentially, and I did get to see the tour and the factory, and you know, the way that everybody responds to you is awesome, and the way you respond to them. So I'm sure you're going to carry that into your next thing. So.
Well, they keep bringing ginger cookies into the workshop for workers now. They never forget you.
Not good, not drunk,
Kind of like Kyle said, Jerry was the first guy that shook my hand when I came to BNI, and I, you know, won't ever forget the red beard jokes. But what's been most impactful was, yeah, I'll get your toupee to you.
Yeah.
But no, what's been most impactful was just how you speak out about your faith and how you love your family and care for them. It's an awesome thing. You know, when we go to the breakfasts, make sure we pray before the meal, and that's not something you see all the time anymore. So I truly respect that. And as far as the jokes, I don't know if you've heard the saying, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I think that's kind of how Jerry is with his jokes. He's going to take the shot. Doesn't matter where he's at on the field. Sometimes those shots go in, so that's what matters.
Most of the time I don't get them, and I just laugh.
That's why it's saying dumb to dumb.
Well, Jerry, I got so much that I could say, so I'll just shorten it into the man of God that you are has provided an example for me to follow with the Christ-led business. So thank you for that. The breakfast has been invaluable. I've enjoyed greeting with you. But the biggest thing I want to say is you can really tell what kind of leader a person is by the way that the people that are following them look at them. Probably screwed that up, but the type of leader that you are, when I took that tour, those people that work for you love you. That doesn't happen in the corporate world anymore. Like, they actually love you. They would go to bat for you. They would lay down their lives for you because you've done that for them already. And that's just the model that we follow after when we follow Christ. So you're a man of God. I love you. It's been an honor serving with you in this group.
I agree with Nathan about the broken clock is right twice a day. When Jerry hits a joke, which is not as often as, but he tries. Gotta love that. Gotta love that. But about 75% of you have already heard this story, but for the benefit of the 25 who haven't, my wife's family adopted a special needs Down syndrome kid whose mother was kidnapped by Muslim terrorists and murdered in the Philippines. And when I took my wife to visit the thing, she was so touched by everything that happens there, and could imagine how her sister's life would have been different if she would have had that opportunity. And on a light note, some of you know that I am in a movie. And my character, Gary, got a little bit of inspiration from that guy.
Jerry.
Because I had to play an annoying guy who thinks he's funny.
The funny part, not the annoying.
So yeah, that was a tribute to you. My Gary thing. When I'm able to get a clip from that, I will play this, and you might see the resemblance or not. The movie's called A Toy Maker, and I'm Gary.
Nice.